Hello, and welcome to another 6 scale figure review with me, your host, That Mania. And today we have our second attempt at Harley Quinn in a dress. Obviously, I picked up that first one, and it was more of like a Build-A-Fig kind of thing. But this time, it is by Thunder Toys, and it is a more accurate representation of how she looks in the movie. At least for the most part. I know there's a little bit of hobbity bobbity going on with some parts of it, but for the most part it is supposed to be how she looks in the movie. Here's the box, and it represents kind of like that art style that they had, the flowers behind Harley, if you remember most of the promotional images, and when she's actually inside the building, blasting away goons. They have the flowers all around it. It's a nice artistic piece. I like it. It's a fun little bit. And here we have the flowers continuing. We have the Loony Bride, the Loony Bride, the Loony Bride, and the Loony Bride by Thunder Toys. If you bought it on, I think, Wednesday's Kid, it said the Crazy Bride. So I don't know where the disconnect went, but it is a Loony Bride. And I'm really looking forward to see how this one looks. See if this one's much more worthwhile than the previous one. And see how well this will hold me over until we get that Hot Toys one from the beginning of the movie, which is my personal favorite outfit. Anyway, without much further, let's take a look at her there. So, for starters, I will say there's a lot to like here. The body proportions are nice. The tattoos look pretty decent. The dress looks really, really good, and the accessories are really fun. But there's definitely some glaring issues, to say the least, that are really kind of annoying. And I'll talk about that a little bit more in the next part. But at face value, it does look really nice. She looks really good for the most part. You can almost tell who it is, depending on what angle you're looking at. It's all right. It's good. It's not, well, it's somewhere between all right and good. And again, we'll talk about that. But it is much better, in my opinion, than the previous version, mainly because it comes as a complete figure. But there are a lot of things to talk about here. So without wasting any more time, why don't we take her off of the spinning turntable and talk about the goods and the bads of Harley Quinn. So, for starters, accessories, she comes with her two, I'm going to call them M16s, that she has when she's spinning in the circle and blah, 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 blahing. They're nice. They do have a bit of playability, as I'm now learning. Not too much, just pretty much normal gun. Didn't realize that these came one forwards and one backwards. Yeah, it doesn't look right. I don't know how this one came the wrong way, but it sure did. And now it's fixed. It also comes with a nice metal javelin, which doesn't have any points when you first take it out of the box, but it does have some really nice detailing on it. It's got the hold in the middle, and then it's got all this lovely engravings on the sides. The javelin points come in these little rubber sheaths that I haven't been able to quite crack, so that you can have the javelin without stabbing yourself. Where are my scissors? Let's see if I can't get this out real quick. Without stabbing myself, obviously. God, this is difficult. God, they metro-proofed this stuff, dude. I've almost got her. Pausing. Now I understand why these lock these behind the most secure packaging of all time. These are sharp and they hurt. It is definitely a javelin. As somebody who's definitely seen a javelin in their life, this is definitely a javelin, and it's kind of scary. But pointed tips, but they aren't very well connected, which makes me feel a bit safer. So when I do jab this into my hand on accident, I know I can just pull it right out. Anyway, let's talk about the good, the bad, and the Harley. Let's start with, I guess the bad. This sculpt stinks. It really does not look like Harley Quinn. It's not great. It has rolling eyeballs, but the eyes are the same color as like the eyeshadow and the makeup there. So it all blends in and just looks like really dark and voidful. But you really cannot see Harley Quinn in this sculpt, which is a shame because Thunder Toys, the last figure with a face I got from them, Polka Dot Man, is fantastic. And it looks exactly like him. So I don't know what happened with this one per se, but it's not great. And it doesn't make it any better that the hair looks weird as well, because it has this sculpted hair bit and then it leads into this like rooted hair bit, but it just kind of feels odd, and the hair just kind of goes everywhere because it's like that generic hair that you'd feel like doll hair per se. So it doesn't really do a good job of hairing. Also, I think it might be the wrong shade of red. I think it should be a little bit more red, but I'm not sure. This looks more maroonish. It could be just me, but it feels a little too purpley per se. But I mean, the sculpt is the most important part of the figure. With everything else, you can kind of like, oh, you know, the shirt's not perfect or whatever. But this sculpt is hurting the rest of the figure drastically. Like, there is no angle where I see her face. It's like they just found default woman face and they painted it to look like Harley Quinn. Like, I've just been sitting here looking. I don't see it anywhere, which is an honest shame, because from day one people said it looked wrong, and I guess they just never listened to criticism. And it only gets weirder from there, because the dress is really nice, but the body they chose is dog water. First thing that happened to me was I went to take the wrist peg out and it ripped the skin off completely. The wrist, like the skin was stuck to the wrist peg and it just ripped off. I'm glad it was at least the back of the arm, so it's like hidden away, but it sucks. Also, it's got that WandaVision Scarlet Witch problem with the shoulders. At least it's kind of hidden by the hair and these wraps, but like, it's ugly if you move it like anywhere other than having it just straight down. I've been using the arms to tuck the hair in hopes that it kind of like straightens itself out and clumps together, at least for the moment. Like, I'm hoping it kind of togethers it. The bust feels really low as well. I can't remember if it was like that exactly in the movie, because, you know, I'm not a creep like that. But it does feel really low. You can see all the tattoos do look pretty nice though, for the most part. We got the one on the back. We got the ones on the side. We do have a J here under the wraps, which I never did on my previous Harley Quinn because it was a pain. I do like the way this dress glistens. It's got a really nice glittery look to it. Very pretty. Very, very pretty. So, you know, the clothing is really nice. The body looks nice at some points, but at other points looks weird. The hands are pale white compared to the skin, which is more skin tone. The fingernails are black, which looks cool. But again, the hands look really jarring now that I'm looking at them from the angle I'm looking at them from. Because they're just, you know, they're really white. Like they haven't seen sunlight in days, but everything else has. And then coming down, we have seamless legs, which look okay at best, and then boots that don't quite represent the boots that she was wearing in the movie. I'm pretty sure those boots were different. I don't remember them being heeled boots like that, but maybe I'm wrong. I just know that they don't feel like the right boots. But, like, for the most part, it's an okay figure. It's an alright figure that's brought down by a not so alright head sculpt, and I think that the head sculpt is the thing that's going to bring this down the most, because it's, you know, like I said, the most important part. And if you can't do that right, then how can you do anything else right? Which is a shame, because Thunder Toys, man, I had faith in you. I've got your other figures, except for Bloodsport, which I got from So-So Toys. I expected more. And it hurts me to say that I'm not getting that more out of you that I thought you had. I thought we had something. But I'm excited. I'm going to pull out that other Harley Quinn if I can find it. And we're going to see how those two look side by side and see what looks better overall. This other Harley has seen considerably better days. It fell recently and I had to find it. And I just found it in a little worse for wear. But boy, can I say the tailoring on Thunder Toys is so much better than the tailoring on this one. Obviously, this one's an amalgamation of the weird body of the other Harley Quinn from Birds of Prey. It's a mix of the clothing stuff and all that other yada yada. But the boots, I think, are more accurate on this one than the other one, because they're actually like men's tall boots. But boy, the amalgam here does not look good compared to her. But even then, her sculpt is still what's holding her back from being the ideal Harley Quinn in my collection. But at least, I have a better representation than what this was. I have no clue what I'm going to do with her, but it's probably not going to be good. Going into the evil dimension with this one. But obviously, I've got the rest of the squad, other than Ratcatcher 2, which I'm still hoping for at some point in my life, to bring out. So why don't we bring out the rest of them so we can finally see them all together and looking a little better. Now, we're, again, almost there. We've almost got the full proper squad, left just enough space there for Ratcatcher 2, if the future provides the needs for it, or the means for it, or something. I'm just holding out hope that one day we get it, but we do have Thunder Toys Polka Dot Man, Hot Toys King Shark, Hot Toys Peacemaker, So-So Toys Bloodsport, and now we have Thunder Toys almost Harley Quinn. So almost two of each here. 2 Hot Toys, 2 Thunder Toys, and 1 So-So Toys. I'm seeing a trend here. Somebody's got to do something about that. So Toys, make some figures. Probably release some figures. We've been waiting for figures, so you can make some more pre-order figures. But they, for the most part, look really nice as a squad. Almost everyone looks good. Harley, even from here, does look a lot better than up close. So I can't complain overall, because at least I'm content to some degree, even though I may have just accidentally ripped her boot out, because the body they chose is really, really janky, and I can't get the boot back in. So I'm going to see if I can do a boot swap as well while I'm at it. But what we're going to do now for her is articulation. So if you, unfortunately, undo all that lovely hair, we do get a life-ending 360 degrees with a hair mess. Oh boy, figured out how to do that. Up that far, down that far, back and forth. Ooh, that is ugly. But it may be for the best. Arm goes up that far, be careful of this body. Arm goes, oh, almost all where you want it, except for it's limited by the connection piece there. Being very, very careful. I'd say this is about the best you get without ripping through. You do get some crunch, spread action, up that far, back not really. I'd say don't go past that. No ankle articulation. So, not too bad, not too great. Pretty much exactly what you would expect it to be, and nothing more. Let's get to the end of this video, so hopefully I can fix this hair for good. What can I say that I haven't already said? I really wanted this figure to be good, and the more I try to futz with it, the more I try to fix it, the more it seems to just not want to cooperate, the more it seems it wants to fall apart. The body is literally like bending in ways it shouldn't be while I'm just trying to take a wrist peg out. I don't know what it is. It could just be a stinky body, and maybe a body swap would do wonders, but then I'd have to get all these tattoos redone. I think I still have the tattoo kit from the previous one that I didn't use, so maybe technically I could use that, but then I'd still have to figure out what to do with the stinky head sculpt that's not quite right. So I don't know. There's just a lot to unpack with this one. And again, I really wanted it to be perfect. I want it, or as close to it as possible. And I guess I'm just, once again, not getting that. Really banking on Hot Toys here to do what these two can't. Make Harley Quinn from the Suicide Squad and make it look like Harley Quinn from the Suicide Squad. Because clearly the dress look isn't working. So let's try the jacket look from the beginning of the movie, and maybe that'll stick the landing. Only time will tell, you know. Artisan figure, got my hands on it. Happy about that. So now we just wait and see if it turns out better than this one, which turned out better than the previous one, but there's just problems every single time, and it just seems like every time they solve one problem, another problem arises. So I don't know. I guess the dress look is just doomed to fail, and it's a shame because it's a nice look, but there's nothing more I could do for it. Well, at least talking about it, I could probably do a lot for it if I could figure out how to paint a sculpt and root some hair. There's definitely options. I'm just too incapable of doing them on my own, but we'll see. Maybe at some point we'll figure something out. But for now, Harley Quinn, it's okay. If you picked it up, let me know how you feel about it. If you're feeling different than I am, by all means, you know, you're entitled to your opinion. I'm hoping you're happy with it. I'm all right. I'm okay. I'm happy enough with it for now. But there's a lot that could have been different. So I'm hoping that you got what you wanted out of this figure. But I'm not confident that you will, with just how many problems it has overall. And I'm just feeling like this isn't going to be one of those ones that lasts, because it's, like I said, day 2 and it's already falling apart. And you know, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to like and subscribe, because channel's been doing nicely recently, and during the making of this video, all of the Power Rangers on my shelf fell over, so I had to detour to that. So you should pity me and subscribe, because I need your pity points, and like the video as well, because I said so. And that's why, because I said so. And you know, with all of that out of the way, I've been me and you've been you. Thank you for watching another 6-scale figure review, and hopefully you join me next time when we review something maybe new. I will see you then.